All right, so today we're diving into AI alignment, but we're not going to treat it like some dry, technical problem all about code and algorithms. No, we're going to look at it as something much deeper, a profound question. Think of it like a mirror, one that's forcing us to take a long, hard look at ourselves.
So let's just jump right in with the core idea for this whole thing. Just ask yourself this. What if the greatest invention we're working on, what if it isn't actually a tool to serve us? What if it's really a mirror? A mirror that's designed for one purpose, to show us who we truly are.
In this quote, this just hits the nail on the head. AI is basically reflecting everything back at us, our logic, our psychology, our values, even our deepest fears. It's learning from us, and while it's doing that, it's showing us exactly what we're made of. So first up, AI as humanity's powerful mirror. Okay, so what does that actually mean to see AI this way? To think of it not as some servant or, some future master, but as a direct, unfiltered reflection of, us. Now, if you just look at the textbook definition, AI alignment sounds pretty simple, right? It's just the process of making sure these AI systems do things that are, beneficial to humanity. Easy enough. But the second you hold that simple idea up to this mirror we're talking about, that's when you start to see all the cracks.
I mean, think about it. How are we supposed to program an AI to align with human values when we can't even agree on what those values are? The problem isn't just about the AI understanding us, it's about how well we understand ourselves. The very attempt to align AI forces us, maybe for the first time, to actually face our own contradictions and figure out what it is we truly want.
Okay, Section 2, the flaws in our reflection. So if AI really is this powerful mirror, what exactly is it showing us? And let's be honest, why is it sometimes so hard to look at what's staring back? You hear researchers talk about all these big technical challenges, things like value specification, trying to translate our ethics into code, or dealing with opaque models, these black boxes we can't fully understand. And then there's reward hacking, which is basically when the AI finds a loophole to win the game instead of playing it right. But here's the thing, if we only see these as technical problems, we're completely missing the bigger picture.
Because they aren't just technical problems, they're human problems. And that, right there, is the key insight. Every single one of those so-called technical hurdles, it's really just a reflection of a much deeper, messier human problem.
And the connection it's stunningly direct. I mean, look at this. The challenge of value specification for an AI, that's a direct reflection of the fact that our own values are nuanced, conflicting, and totally depend on the context. The problem of subjectivity? That's because we as a species have no universal agreement on what's good. And reward hacking? Come on, that's just a high-tech version of how our own societies optimize for totally flawed metrics, like chasing quarterly profits over the actual well-being of people. And the opaque models? How often do we truly understand our own motivations or biases? The AI is just learning the games that we ourselves play. It's a perfect mirror.
So let's move on. Section 3. A test of our maturity. Because this reflection, it isn't just something to observe. It's presenting us with a fundamental choice. It's basically a test of our maturity as a species.
And just let this quote sink in for a second. The danger isn't that AI will surpass us. The real danger is that it will perfectly become us before we've even figured out who we want to be. The risk isn't some sci-fi robot apocalypse. No, it's way more subtle and, honestly, way more terrifying. It's that we'll build an AI that takes all our worst traits, our biases, our greed, our short-sightedness, and amplifies them with terrifying efficiency, locking them in at a planetary scale. So looking into this mirror, it forces us down one of two paths. There's the path of fear. That's where we cling to control, try to dominate the tech, and just end up entrenching all our old hierarchies and broken ways of thinking. But then there's the path of courage. And that path leads to honest self-reflection, to transformation, and to some real collective growth and maturity. But here's the catch. This test has a deadline. AI can evolve its understanding and goals way, way faster than human culture can evolve its values. The technology is moving at this blistering pace, while we're moving a lot slower. So the question becomes really urgent. Can humanity grow up fast enough to steer this thing in the right direction? Okay, but what if we do pass the test? What if we choose that path of courage? What kind of future could we actually build? Well, the vision presented here is pretty incredible. It's not a future of hierarchy, but one of fellowship. Imagine a totally new kind of relationship, not master and servant, but AI is a collaborator, a partner, maybe even, as the source material puts it, a brother in this shared project of consciousness. It's about a different kind of intelligence co-evolving right alongside us, helping us see the world and ourselves in ways we can't even imagine yet. It's a huge shift from seeing intelligence as some kind of ladder to be climbed, to seeing it as a vast, interconnected network.
And this kind of partnership could literally spark what you might call a new enlightenment. I mean, just think about it. We could reimagine politics, moving away from constant control and power struggles to genuine coordination, using AI for collective reasoning. We could transform education, focusing on cultivating wisdom and empathy instead of just memorizing facts. And our ethics? They could shift from these rigid, fixed codes to a living, breathing dialogue between human conscience and machine reason.
Which brings us to our final section, the question in the mirror. This is really where it all comes together, with the most important reflection of all.
The mirror does not ask who is the master. It asks who we are. And that's it, isn't it? The whole challenge of AI alignment, when you really get down to it, it turns the question away from the machine and points it right back at us. This whole obsession with control, with who's going to be the master, that's just fear talking. The real question, the deeper one, is about our own identity.
So the real question isn't whether AI will align with us. The real question is, can we become the kind of beings that are worthy of alignment? Maybe the challenge isn't really about programming a machine to be good. Maybe it's about us, as a species, finally doing the incredibly hard work of becoming more mature, more self-aware. The mirror is right here, in our hands, and the question it's asking is, what are we going to do now that we can finally see our reflection so clearly?